Good morning, students. Welcome you all for next generation learning. Today we are going to see the subject physics and class 10, chapter number 10, light, reflection and refraction. Topics: image formation by spherical mirrors, representation of images formed by spherical mirrors using ray diagrams. You have studied about the image formation by plane mirrors. You also know the nature, position and relative size of the images formed by them. Look at this image. This is a plane mirror, and in front of the plane mirror the object was placed. The image is formed in the plane mirror. You know the nature, position and relative size of the image. The nature is it is virtual and erect. The position of the image is behind the mirror and the size of the image is equal to the size of the object. So we know that the image formation by the plane mirror. How about the images formed by spherical mirrors? You know that there are the two type of spherical mirror. One is a concave mirror and a convex mirror. How can we locate the image formed by a concave mirror for different position of the object? Are the images real or virtual? Are they enlarged, diminished or have the same size? We shall explore this with an activity. In a plane mirror, you know that the size of the image is equal to the size of the object. Instead of a plane mirror, if I used the concave mirror, what is the size of the image? It may be enlarged or diminished or same size comparing to the object. And also we know that the plane mirror always form the virtual and erect image. But if you take a concave mirror, it form both real and inverted, virtual and erect image. So we shall explore this with an activity. For doing this activity, you have to take a concave mirror. You have already learnt a way of determining the focal length of a concave mirror. In activity 10.2, you have seen that the sharp, bright spot of light you got on the paper. In fact, the image of the sun. It was a tiny, real, inverted image. You got the approximate focal length of the concave mirror by measuring the distance of the image from the mirror. Look at this diagram. In the first diagram, the boy hold a concave mirror towards the sunlight. The image was formed on the paper. That image is nothing but the sun image. And see the second one. The light rays coming to the earth or parallel rays when it fall on the concave mirror. After reflection, all the reflected ray are meet at one point. That point is called focus. So the distance between the mirror to focus is called focal length. So from this way we can determine the focal length of a concave mirror. Are you understand how to determine the focal length of a concave mirror? You have to take one concave mirror and focus any object other than sunlight. It forms the image on the paper. The image on the paper. That image from the mirror distance is called focal length. So look at this diagram. Here I took a concave mirror and I kept this concave mirror on mirror stand. I just focused the long object. That object was formed on the screen. So here we obtain the image in the screen. So we already know that which image was obtained on the screen, the real image only obtained on the screen. So the concave mirror forms the real image. Are you understand this activity? You have to take a concave mirror and focus any infinity object, not a near object. You can focus any infinity object, and you have to take a screen also. You have to move the screen between that object to mirror. In a certain point, the image is formed on the screen. Once the image is formed on the screen, you should not move the screen. So the distance between that image to the mirror is called focal length. So from the scale we can determine the focal length. And look here. Here also I took concave mirror and I kept one lighted candle in front of the mirror, and I kept the screen at back of the candle. The image was formed. Look at the image, whether it is inverted or erect. It is inverted. So you will see in the above activity that the nature, position and size of the image formed by a concave mirror depends on the position of the object. Look at these two diagrams. The first diagram, the screen is placed between object and mirror. In a second diagram, the screen is placed behind the object. So in a first diagram, the object is infinity. In second diagram, the object is near to the concave mirror. So the position of the object is varying from one diagram to another diagram. And see the nature. The nature is nothing but whether it is virtual, erect or real and inverted. Here the image is real and inverted. So the concave mirror forms the real and inverted image. What is the size? The size is enlarged. So concave mirror and a convex mirror for various position of the object. If you take a concave mirror, it contains pole, focus and center of curvature. In a convex mirror also has pole, focus and center of curvature. But what is the difference between this concave mirror and a convex mirror? In a concave mirror, the focus and center of curvature are in front of the mirror. But a convex mirror, the pole, focus and center of curvature are behind the mirror. In a concave mirror, the reflecting surface is inward. In a convex mirror, the reflecting surface is outward. So, in a concave mirror, we can keep the object at 6 different positions. The first one is infinity. The second one is beyond center of curvature. The third one is center of curvature. The fourth one is between C and F. The fifth one is focus. The sixth one is focus between pole and focus. So these are the 6 positions we can keep the object in front of the concave mirror. But if you take a convex mirror, the focus and center of curvature are behind the mirror. So we can't able to keep the object behind the mirror. Where we have to keep the object, we have to keep only in front of the mirror. So only 2 positions we can keep the object for convex mirror. One is infinity and another one is between infinity to pole. So these are the various position of the object. Look at this diagram. So how to draw the ray diagram for this diagram? Here I took concave mirror, so I drawn the concave mirror. You know that the center line is the principal axis and the center point of the mirror is pole, focus and center of curvature. You have to mark it. You know that we can keep the object at 6 different positions. But in this diagram, where we kept the object, we focused the infinity distance object. So the red arrow mark is the object. Where the image formed, the image is formed at focus. You will be understand the later how the image is formed at focus. But here you have to notice only one thing. You have to draw a concave mirror and mark the point, pole, focus and center of curvature, and just draw the position of the object. Here the position is infinity. The object is placed in front of the mirror. In this diagram, I took a concave mirror. So I draw the concave mirror, mark the point, pole, focus and center of curvature. Here the position of the object is near to mirror. The red arrow mark is object. So here the position of the object is near to mirror, maybe focus. Or you understand how to draw a ray diagram for different formation of images? In a concave mirror means you have to draw a concave mirror first. Then you mark the point, pole, focus and center of curvature. Then see the position of the object. The object must be placed in front of the mirror. In front of the mirror, we can keep the object at 6 different positions. From the infinity, beyond center of curvature, between C and F, and at F, between focus and pole. So representation of images formed by spherical mirrors using ray diagrams. There are the 4 rules. Using these 4 rules, we can draw the ray diagram for these images. So the first rule, ray parallel to principal axis will pass through focus after reflection. First you have to take a concave mirror and a convex mirror, mark the point, pole, focus and center of curvature. If any ray parallel to principal axis means once it strike on the mirror, it reflected. It reflected back through the focus. So here there are the 2 arrow marks are present. The one arrow mark represent incident ray and another arrow mark represent reflected ray. The same thing also happened for convex mirror. When the ray of light parallel to the principal axis, after reflection, it will pass through the focus. But in a convex mirror, I drawn the dotted lines because the focus and center of curvatures are behind the mirror, and also it always forms virtual and direct image. It forms virtual and direct image means we have to draw the line in dotted way. The second rule, ray passing through focus will become parallel to principal axis after reflection. Look at the concave mirror diagram. The incident ray is passing through the focus. After striking on the mirror, it reflects back. That reflected ray are parallel to the principal axis. The same thing also convex mirror. The ray passing through the focus, you know that it was behind the mirror, so we can draw the dotted lines. After reflection, it is parallel to the principal axis. Rule number 3, ray passing through the center of curvature will follow the same path back after reflection. In both a concave mirror and a convex mirror, if any ray is passing through the center of curvature means it back after reflection, it back along the same path. So look at this diagram. Here in the same line, the two arrow marks are present. The one arrow mark is downward and another arrow mark is upward. The downward arrow mark represent incident ray. The upward arrow mark represent the reflector ray. So both the ray are lie in the same line when it passing through the center of curvature. The fourth rule, maybe a ray incident at a pole is reflected back making a same angle with the principal axis. The ray of light incident at a pole means it reflected back and it makes a same angle. That means angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. In a convex mirror also. Dear students, once again I will explain you the four rules. These four rules are very important. The first rule, a ray parallel to principal axis will pass through focus after reflection. Look at this diagram. The one ray is parallel to the principal axis. That ray is called incident ray. After reflection, it passes through the focus. The same thing also for convex mirror. In a convex mirror, I draw the dotted lines because focus and center of curvature are behind the mirror. So we can draw the imaginary dotted lines. In a rule 2, a ray passing through the focus means will become parallel to the principal axis after reflection. In a third ray, a ray passing through the center of curvature will follow the same path back after reflection. Rule 4, a ray incident at a pole is reflected back making same angle with the principal axis. These four rules are very important. You have to memorize and you have to practice in your rough notebook. So this is a good to know. To construct a ray diagram, we use two rays of light which are so chosen that is easy to determine the direction after reflection from the mirror. You know that if you take a sunlight, I will show you. If you take a sunlight, the sunlight contains many parallel rays. But to construct a ray diagram, we choose only two rays instead of many rays. Why? Because to determine the direction after reflection from the mirror. The first one, image formed by a concave mirror. I took concave mirror and I focused the infinity object. The AB arrow mark represent object, that is it was placed at infinity distance. You know that if you take any object, the light coming from the object must be fall on a concave mirror. Once it strike on a concave mirror, it reflected back. Here I took only two rays instead of more rays for easy to understand the direction after reflection. So the ray is a parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it passed through the focus. If I take another ray, this is also parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it passing through the focus. So where the two rays are met, that point is called position of the image. So here the two reflected rays are met at focus. So the image is formed at focus. Here I written position of the object, position of the image, size of the image, nature of the image. Position of the object. You know that from the diagram we know that the object is placed at infinity. So I written infinity. The light coming from that object after reflection it meet at focus. So that is the position of the image. So the position of the image is focus. The size of the image. Here comparing to the size of the object, the size of the image is very point size. So it is comparing to object it was diminished. So I written diminished. The nature of the image is real and inverted. How I say that is real and inverted means how to find the nature of the image. For reference, if you take a concave mirror, you know that pole, focus, center of curvature. Maybe the image is formed above the principal axis means that image is called virtual and erect. The image formed below the principal axis means that is real and inverted. Are you understand? How to know the nature of the image means if the image formed above the principal axis means that is virtual and erect. Below the principal axis means that is real and inverted. Here the image is formed below the principal axis, so it is real and inverted. The next position, I kept the object beyond center of curvature. So the first ray coming from the object parallel to the principal axis, after reflection it passed through the focus. The second ray, it passed through the center of curvature. You know that if any ray passed through the center of curvature, it reflected back along the same path. So the two arrow marks present in the same line. Why? The both incident ray and reflected ray are same path. So here look at these images. The first ray and the second ray are meet at the point is between C and F. So this is the position of the image. And the image is formed below the principal axis. Now below the principal axis means it is always real and inverted. So the nature of the image is real and inverted. The size of the image comparing to the object. Here the object is AB and image is A dash B dash. Comparing to the object, the image size is small. So it is diminished. Dear students, you have to practice only these two diagrams and rule number 1, rule number 2, rule number 3 and rule number 4 diagrams. The next class I will teach the other position of the objects kept at concave mirror. Thank you for watching.